And the Detroit Pistons make the playoffs. Blake Griffin. But unfortunately, it stops there. Milwaukee Bucks versus Detroit Pistons. NBA playoffs, round 1 predictions. It's the Fields Bros. Now, this is interesting. Hometown Detroit Pistons. Me and my brother actually went to a Milwaukee versus Detroit game this year. And Giannis went off. Blake Griffin didn't have his best game.
He was just driving. He wasn't hitting a bunch of jump shots.
Milwaukee won the game. But
it was close.
I'm going to pass it to you to start.
Like, obviously, I'd be crazy to say the Pistons are going to win this series. And obviously the Bucks are the better team. But you can at least entertain what the Pistons would need to do to try to win this series. You have, what advantages do you have if you're Detroit? You have Blake and DeAndre. You have Andre Drummond. You have the best rebounder in the NBA. Blake can get rebounds. So what you need to do is make sure you dominate what you guys can dominate, which is the paint. You have to dominate the paint. Giannis, you got to turn him into a jump shooter. Do what we treat him like a first 7 years version of LeBron James. Treat him like that. He's not the greatest shooter. He's capable, but you have to take away the paint from him. Like if the Pistons, I feel like with their coach,
Dwayne Casey.
Like he's a good defensive coach, and in a series, like the Pistons can relax now. Like they're not out of the playoffs. Like
now we can focus on this team.
First year of having Blake Griffin, a full season, new arena, you're in the playoffs.
And I will say that playing a team in a series changes because you can focus on them. It's like the Patriots when you have 2 weeks to prepare for a team.
And one more thing I think helps them is that this is a divisional game as well, technically. Yep. So, you play teams in your division more often than not.
So we know this team.
So we played this team. Like this is going to be games, the 5th game of the year, I believe, between these 2 teams. So. It's somebody that it's a team that their personnel.
Right.
So
if you had to make a prediction, what are you going in?
I'd say the Bucks probably win 6 games, but the fact that the Pistons are the lower seed, like that can all swing. Like that prediction's assuming the Bucks win their home games.
Right.
So the classic formula is to split on the road. Like if they can get a split, and then now all we have to do is win our next 3 home games over the course of the series. We just need to win 1 road game.
Right. And
if we can get the split, then that's going to change, down the wire. But it's kind of like how we talked about the Clippers and Warriors. Game 1 is your game 7.
Right.
Because in the Clippers case, I feel like if they lose game 1, it's over.
Right. To me, all that sounds nice. All that sounds nice.
Well, I said I picked the Bucks in 6.
But the perimeter players for the Detroit Pistons, you could get better players in your recs.
It's not good enough.
Wayne Ellington and that Bowen guy. I don't even know if that's his name. Some guy. That's who that is. Some guy running out there are garbage, bro.
He plays hard. I know you're talking.
I don't care if he plays hard or not. That's not what I'm asking. I could get a rec guy to go play hard. Okay. I need a dude who can give me 16 a game every night in the playoffs.
I'll say this. I don't like their perimeter. They got rid of a lot of dudes.
Reggie Jackson.
Should they have got rid of Bullock? I feel like Bullock is valuable in this situation.
Yeah.
And they don't have him because he can go up against a Middleton in a series.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that those guys played together at some point.
Yeah.
Middleton's an all-star, but he's 19 a game. He's not 29.
I just don't think Reggie Jackson alone on the perimeter is enough. I don't think it's going to be enough to create. I think Detroit will struggle to create offense. I think it's going to be ugly at times, and I think I have Milwaukee in 5.
I'd say that's probably better.
It sucks.
Actually,
it sucks.
I'm going to agree with that. I think it'll be Milwaukee in 5. Scratch the 6. I think Blake can get us a game against this team.
Right.
And to get 2 games, we're going to need Reggie Jackson to get a game. So,
I just don't trust the perimeter players. And there's guys out there the Pistons could sign, like LiAngelo Ball. The Pistons could sign a shooter right now going into the playoffs, but they won't.
Right.
And that's why they're going to lose.
I feel like Eric Bledsoe is going to destroy us, personally.
Middleton will have 32 in a game. Just watch.
The biggest matchup is Jackson and Bledsoe, because Bledsoe is the engine of that team. If we can match their point guard, Jackson has to manage the tempo of this
Another
game.
thing, if
that's
you really
the matchup.
look at it,
that's the matchup of the series.
Another thing, the game we went to, Milwaukee, Detroit. One thing that was so evident when we went is how much more athletic Milwaukee is as a team than the Detroit Pistons. You have guys like Eric Bledsoe at point guard, Giannis, Henson, or not Henson, what's his name? He got
I know.
they got Mirotic now, didn't they?
Shit.
They got Pau Gasol. Like, they have all these guys they added. They have Middleton. They're so much more athletic than we are. So
They have Pau.
yeah, isn't it Pau Gasol? Didn't they get Pau
I know
Gasol?
the Raptors got Marc Gasol.
I think they got Pau. I might be wrong, but I'm
Well-
pretty sure they got Pau Gasol. He's just hurt.
Yeah.
But if I'm wrong, I'll leave a comment in the video saying it was my mistake.
But yeah, I forgot about Mirotic as well. So it's
Yeah,
like
they got someone else other than
the
Mirotic.
Pistons are clearly huge underdogs in this series. They honestly need to, win the first 2 games of the series to really have a chance to win all, 4. Like, you've got to, because if you win the first 2, as unlikely as that sounds, now the Bucks have to win 4 out of 5. Where if we start 0-2, now we have to win 4 out of the next 5, and we're not going to do that.
All right, guys, it's the Fields Bros NBA Playoff Roundtable. Detroit, Milwaukee.
Bucks in 5.
Peace.